Welcome back to another piece of content. This is Solo Dolo Talks, coming back with another video. So in part two, I'm going to be covering another element of unmasking the fake chosen one, and that's going to be emotional energy manipulation. Now, in part one, I covered the psychology of influence and how these false chosen ones, they use the psychology of influence to employ that to connect with their audience on a superficial level, right? They use some type of psychological techniques and how they can manipulate feelings without genuine engagement. And that's pretty much one of the elements of how these fake chosen ones be communicating and how they talk. So let's get into part two of this, and energy manipulation, or should I say emotional manipulation. So what is emotional manipulation? It is the type of behavior that aims to control, exploit, or influence someone for personal gain, right? This can occur in any relationship. It can be the only type of abuse present, or it can be combined with other types of abuse. Now, some signs of emotional manipulation include using mind games to gain power, twisting the facts, even bullying, and also gaslighting and love bombing. So, a lot of these chosen ones, they have this ability to manipulate their audience's emotions, right? For example, if one of these content creators, they need you to go hit their GoFundMe, right? But they're going about it in a way where they're in a plea for help, and they're love bombing their audience. They're using emotions to get you to help them pay their bills and pay their rent, like they're struggling financially, and they're using their audience to help them, right, gain something, right? And this is what Trend Genius did 2 months ago, where he had a whole bunch of people hit his GoFundMe, and he was able to reach the goal of $8,000. But the way he went about it was very disingenuous. And he used the tactic of love bombing and gaslighting, blaming the audience for the reason why he's not getting a lot of views, or his videos are not doing well, or casting blame on his audience for not supporting him enough, right? Like, oh, I make these videos for you guys and you guys don't appreciate me, that type of spiel, right? And then love bombing, which is an over excessive, uh, you know, usage of compliments, right? Flattery, and kind of triggering someone's emotions in a good way to get them to, do a certain action, right? Or perform a certain action, right? To get them to do something for them. So you butter up your audience to get something in return. Okay? This is how the devil moves. This is how the devil gains your trust. Okay? And this is how the devil can use love bombing to get you on his side, right? And that was the case with Trend Genius. He used the tactics of love bombing and gaslighting, energy, emotional manipulation. And everybody donated to his GoFundMe. He got what he wanted. The thing was, he wasn't being genuine about his situation. He's a YouTuber making over, not making, but he's probably making better money with a large following. And he gave nothing back in return to his audience when his GoFundMe reached 8K, and he never took it down once it hit the goal. So it made him look even more shady. It made him look untrustworthy, right? It made him look like a snake, okay? And that's just the facts. But understanding emotional manipulation, right? They use energy in a way that can affect communication, right? And when these false chosen ones, when they speak, they're devoid of genuine emotion. This is by their manipulation of energy and emotions, okay? Notice I said genuine emotion, meaning their emotions of how they communicate to their audience is not genuine. It's disingenuous. It's not real, okay? It's all an act for you to buy into their message that can influence you to do certain things or to feel a certain way or to uh influence fear unto you, right? And this is probably how they communicate when it comes to their interpersonal relationships. They can utilize the emotional manipulation, the element of that to get what they want out of people, to finesse their way into gaining something, right? Or getting through a door that they're trying to get open. But for the most part, they use energy manipulation, emotional manipulation to get the audience on their side. Manipulate your emotions to cause a certain action. And when Trend used love bombing and gaslighting on his audience, that only prompts his audience to go hit his GoFundMe. And he knows that he can keep doing this because he can play on your emotions. He can play on all of your, your fears. He can play on your past childhood trauma. And that's the case with a lot of these false chosen ones. They always try to reference what happened to you in your life. And you probably don't want to remember what happened in your past or in your childhood. You're trying to move on and forget about that. But see, they're so slick in their communication that they can get that emotion out of you, right? That's why it's called emotional manipulation. And so when it comes to unmasking the false chosen one, this is an element you need to know. And people in real life, they can do this to you. Your friends or girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever you may be involved with. Be careful of the signs, or be careful of how people can utilize your emotions against you to get you to behave in a certain way that is very uncharacteristic of you, usually, right? So this is just an eye-opener message for you guys. And hopefully y'all gain something from this message. Okay? These false chosen ones are very slick with how they talk. And so in the next video, part 3, we're going to be talking about the red flags, spotting the red flags with how these false chosen ones talk. So that being said, thank you all for watching. I'm out.